Champion kickboxer and renowned MMA coach Duke Roufus sadly passed away at just the age of 55. His business partner of 29 years, Scott Joffe, says today the Roufus sport family and martial arts world was stunned by the heartbreaking news that Duke Roufus, renowned MMA coach, founder, and namesake of Roufus Sport, has passed away peacefully in his sleep. Duke was more than a celebrated trainer and champion kickboxer. He was a mentor, innovator, father, and friend whose influence transformed the landscape of mixed martial arts. Duke trained many MMA fighters, including Paul Felder, Ben Askren, and former UFC champions Tyron Woodley and Anthony Pettis. For Anthony Pettis, he was more than a coach, more like a parental figure. When my dad was killed, you took me in and became my father. Together, we did the impossible and made it to the top. I'll always make you proud. You've taught me so much. I will make sure your legacy continues on. R.I.P. coach. Shocking news. Duke Roufus was a legendary coach and a great man. He was just in Dubai with Sergio Pettis, so I'm so sorry to hear this. My heart goes out to his family and friends. Awful news to read. Duke Roufus was always awesome to run into. One of the coolest dudes, along with being a high-level fighter and coach. R.I.P. legend. All fighters made weight for UFC Vancouver, including the main event, Rainier Ritter and Brendan Allen. RDR got 11 first-round finishes. Brendan Allen also has 11 first-round finishes. Islam Makhachev says, I need new haters. Some old ones are starting to like me because Dan Hooker praises Islam Makhachev for stepping up to face Jack Della Maddalena. Forget about Amanda Nunes. Let's make Kayla Harrison versus Ronda Rousey the biggest fight in UFC history. That's what Kayla Harrison's manager says. They wouldn't put her up against Kayla Harrison right off the bat. And they shouldn't because she's too far out of the game. Nico Ali Walsh, pro boxer and grandson of Muhammad Ali, does not support the Muhammad Ali Revival Act that the UFC is pushing and the California State Commission is approving. Anyone who truly knew my grandfather knows he'd never support this Revival Act. Legacy isn't about last names, it's about principles. I stand with my grandfather's principles. If you're not a fighter, don't speak for us. It's disappointing that the California State Athletic Commission is backing this.
So something happened yesterday that the entire boxing community is questioning. The California State Athletic Commission held an under-the-radar hearing in which they voted to approve the proposed changes to the Muhammad Ali Act. TKO has been begging for these changes so they can fuck fighters over with their new league. Fighters and managers called into the first hearing back in September and expressed major concern about the changes being made to the act. So the commission said they would discuss it further in December. But suddenly, they voted and approved it yesterday, ignoring all public voices. I am so disappointed in them. It looks like MMA Players Association is so outraged that they're going to sue over this shady behavior, according to their comments on Twitter. Now, this is the same group who won a $375 million previous suit against the UFC for treating the fighters like shit. I mean, no other promoter has tried to change this act because there's no reason to. We believe in fair business. But you have these TKO scumbags who needed to change. I mean, look at their plans. Dana said openly that they will be honoring one belt, their own belt. They want to eliminate all other belts, the rich boxing history that comes along with the entire sport. They want to change the size and shape of the ring with their own rules. What the fuck is next? Tigers and lions chained to the fucking canvas? I mean, Dana, look, he'll go to his buddy, President Trump, and have him push these changes to the Ali Act through. So much for the American way and the First Amendment. I guess it doesn't apply here. This is a huge red flag for fighters and managers because the writing is on the wall. TKO is actively changing legislation so they can openly fuck fighters over. Fighters will be stuck in a dictatorship with no voices or rights as TKO takes all your money, just like the UFC has done. So Dana, you don't know shit about boxing. You don't give a shit about our history. You give less of a shit about the fighters. Your tiny t-shirt looks like shit, and everyone thinks you're a piece of shit. So Dana, fuck you. Now remember, kids, you're never a hater if you only speak the facts.
Yeah, no, I'm the voice of reason here. See, and look at cholesterol. She doesn't have these profound thoughts.
Don't talk about the thoughts she has, okay? Because she has very profound thoughts.
No,
Don't talk about
Do you think cholesterol lays in bed at night and ponders world politics and thinks about it?
Do you think because she doesn't just verbally vomit all over a live stream about politics and the world that she doesn't have cohesive thoughts about our country and our world and what we experience as humans, that she doesn't have a human experience because she's not on live or in front of a group of people orating bullshit? No, she has her own thoughts, her own feelings, her own personal experiences, but she doesn't feel the need to put them out into the universe on people as if they're all fact. That's the difference. You want to talk about inclusive, like we started talking about originally, that's inclusive.
But you
She's considerate of other people
you left
and the
out,
space that she's
but
in.
you left out one key detail.
What?
She's a woman, so it's probably wrong. No, but you think the average Joe lays in bed at night and ponders
Are you just saying that she's an average Joe?
Yes.
Because you never even had a real conversation with her.
Dude, she works 27 hours a day. How the fuck did she lay in bed and ponder these?
What are you talking about? What are you talking about? First of all, there's not even 27 hours in a day, you fucking retard.
I'm happy you got that. So, guys, yeah, Hitler's bad. Trump is good. You get real aggressive on me.
Why are you talking about Cole like that?
But you're the one that fucking calls her.
You just said the craziest shit about her just to try to prove a point, and it's not even true.
But it's everybody.
You're doing exactly, no, you know what you're doing?
Hey.
This is a prime example. You're doing exactly what you said Trump does at his rallies. You're trying to rally people against a thought that you have and try to convince everybody in the audience that what you're saying is right.
Well, let
and
me
you're
ask you
targeting an enemy. You're trying to say that my best friend,
Chris.
blah, 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 blah,
Chris.
blah, doesn't sit up at night thinking about what happens in the world because she's an average Joe. Yes, she does. You have no idea.
You have a full-time job. How the fuck are you supposed to stay on top and have a full-time job, a life? You know, you bang dudes, you date guys.
It's called multitasking.
No.
You can do it very well.
The average Joe.
I watch you try to multitask. You can't even move your feet and hands at the
The
same time.
average Joe who's working an 8-hour job, a blue-collar job, they don't fucking follow this shit. Chris, you big.
What are you talking about?
They don't.
Do you see what she's submerged in every single day of her life? Do you see you know what she does for a living? Do you even know what she does for a living?
Yeah, she
She makes everything that you see in the world she makes it all work. You think that's an average person's job? No. But because you have ideas about the world, your IQ is higher than everyone else.
No,
You're not an average Joe. So are you an average Joe?
I think that I'm.
Are you an average Joe?
I think I'm self-employed, unemployed, and it gives me a lot of free time on my hands to ponder life.
You know how many people in our country are unemployed?
I mean,
Okay.
probably a lot of Democrats. But anyways, he's really aggressive, guys, and I'm not showing anybody.
Deontay Johnson was supposed to be taking on Nick Klein on November 1st at the UFC Apex, but Klein is out of that fight, and replacing Klein is Cedricus Dumas to take on Deontay Johnson in Johnson's UFC debut. Johnson is 6-0. He won on the Contender Series this season and earned a UFC contract. He won by fast KO, and that's how all his fights go. They're all fast finishes in the first round by knockout. A minute 4, 3:37, 4:27, 1:24, 1:09, and 33 seconds. Fought at heavyweight on the Contender Series, but he's going to be going down all the way to 185 for this fight. Cedricus Dumas will have the experiential edge in MMA and experiential edge in the UFC, but we'll see if Johnson continues his fast knockout ways. Dumas is going to try and get his first victory of the year. He's had a little bit of everything but a victory on his record this year. He had a no contest to Zach Reese after getting kicked in the groin and not being able to continue. A couple canceled fights and one loss in the first round to Mihail Oleksiejczuk.
Me, Diddy, the president of Honduras, and Sam Beck-Freeman, that's his name, the crypto guy, FTX.
Oh, yeah.
We slept
This is
next to
him.
each other.